Challenge, break down.
It's Brice and Wendell with the challenge.
Break down.
CBS reality, royalty to be crowned.
Survivor Love Island,
Amazing Race and Big Brother.
Survivor Love Island,
Amazing Race and Big Brother. It's Brice and Wendell with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Brice and Wendell with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Brice and Wendell with the challenge.
Break down.
Welcome to the challenge. Breakdown. It's your boy Wendeezy here. Welcome to the Wendell Holland YouTube channel. Please make sure you click the subscribe button. Please make sure you get in the comments and tell us how wrong we are with our takes. I am here with my brother from another mother, the one and only host of Purple Pants Podcast, the third boot of Survivor Cagayan, Mr. Purple Indigo Man himself, Brice Isaiah. How we doing?
I am well, excited to be here. The final is in sight, and we have a episode 13 delivered.
Now, make sure if you're not watching this on YouTube, you can also listen to it on all streaming platforms under the Purple Pants Podcast, and give your baby boy some 5 stars. Is that what you say, Perp?
That is exactly what I say. Much appreciated.
Let's get right into it.
Well, before we get right into it, we always got some logisticals to get into. We will be in Washington, D.C. this Wednesday at Duke's Grocery, Navy Yards. There are limited tickets available. So if you are thinking about coming to Washington, D.C., don't have FOMO. Make sure you click the link in the Brice and Wendell Present Instagram bio or Twitter bio and get your ticket. And the following week, October 25th, we are heading to Dayton, Ohio. We have a panel discussion. That tickets are still available, and we are having a watch party at 2 Social. All the information you can get on the Brice and Wendell Present Instagram page, and click the link in the bio to get your tickets and more information. We're going to be on the road the next 2 weeks. So Brice and Wendell Tour 45 continues.
Brice, I don't know. I know, first of all, Brice, DC got some special guests coming.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to tell you right now, Brice. DC got some special guests coming. People will be very happy to see who is coming out.
Oh. Well, I'm excited. I can't wait to see myself. If you know, you know. But it's guaranteed to be a good time, so I'm excited to be heading back to the district.
As am I. Dayton's going to be really awesome too.
Yes.
That panel, Real Talk, Gender and Reality TV. We got some hitters on that panel, and I'm just really excited to get into this topic. And yeah, so that'll be a great one too. And a watch party in Dayton as well. You ask and we deliver. Okay, let's get into this episode, Brice.
Yes.
We are at the aftermath of Cassidy sending Michelle home. Everyone comes back. Cassidy's feeling good. She is still kind of on an island, though. It's like she's like the one that's been thrown in a lot. We also get our friend Josh.
Well, can I give my piece on what I think? I don't love to see Cassidy in that position where it feels like your back's against the wall. However, I feel like she has been performing. So at this point, and I think I've said it in a couple of episodes or 2 before, but shoot, put your back up against the wall and just start swinging. Okay, do what Underwood do and swing. So I don't like to see that ganging up, but if that's how you perform, then listen, every day my back against the wall, because
you can't fight, you can't swing. That's not how you hold hands. What you doing?
That's how I drop them now.
You don't drop nobody like that.
Okay.
Brice, you've hit me many times.
I've put you down. I've put you to
You've
sleep.
never put me. Whoa.
Okay.
First, whoa.
I have put you to sleep with these
Whoa.
hands.
Whoa. Brice, Isaiah, Wendy is not sleeping upstairs. I could blow this whistle on you if I could find it.
That's not a whistle blow.
Get me out of
Anyway,
Get me
keep
out
it
of this.
going. Okay, what was you saying about Josh?
I'll say about Josh. He this has been his season that he's really well positioned and he's been doing well and politicking well, comes in super fit, and we get this it's him talking about his family and how they're immigrants and how yeah, we get this cute photo. Look at baby Josh.
Right. That like, he wants to win this challenge for himself, but the money to his family. And I really feel like this whole episode was about Josh. And I say what I say about my Josh. I'm gonna start some Ish Martinez, but watching Josh since the War of Wars, when we first got to see him on the challenge, to see him to today, it's truly, I feel like an evolution. Like we are getting the best and the best. And this is the farthest that Josh has ever made it. And I'm loving these conversations that he's having with Corey and Fessy about like who it needs to be and where they're positioning. For me, I'm just Fessy was comfortable during this conversation. I ain't mad, listen, because I would be up in the pool or the hot tub as well. And that was Corey. Wow.
Brice, why are you showing us Fessy and Corey right now?
Because
They were just listening to Josh. They were just listening to him.
Okay, but they were in the scene. And so it's important that we paint a full picture.
I don't even know if they were in the scene, Brice.
Oh, I did. And when I saw Corey like this, it got me to thinking. I felt like I had seen pictures of Corey like this floating around on the internet. And so, I try to bring the information that I get from the world. And
what?
Someone had posted these photos saying with the caption, somebody's father. Now, mind you, when I had saw them on the Twitters, I immediately downloaded them just, case, And I'm like, okay, Corey is living his best life. I'm like, I ain't never see these on his Instagram or the Twitter or the dark web. And Corey then retweeted it and said, y'all know I didn't wear those. AI is getting crazy. So not somebody AI these photos of Corey.
Maybe they did. Brice, was it you?
No.
Was it you?
No.
Did you manufacture?
Don't even start that. No, but I did download them. Okay.
Right.
Now, and speaking of Corey,
I know you're about to beef with someone.
Oh, I am. Okay. Y'all know me. I love my girl Chanelly. You can call me Michaela. I'm Survivor Strong. But I'm confused when Chanel opened up a braiding shop.
How do you
Chanel,
feel about that?
back
He's
up
all
off
up in
my
your
man and his hair. Chanel, I will braid Corey hair when it get back. Okay? Back up off a Corey head. Now, mind you, I also was trying to figure out, because when I saw her, first of all, I just shout out to Chanel for braid Corey hair now. But I was like, okay, she braiding his hair. But then I'm watching Corey throughout the rest of the episode, and I'm trying to figure out where the braids were at.
Oh, I didn't connect any dots.
So, but it looked like she was just doing two braids, and maybe they just didn't stay in. But I had to get that. I said, Chanel, get up out. But I was, I did like that conversation of while she was braiding his hair, Chanel brought up her Survivor experience. She said she felt like she flopped. She had lost a lot of confidence, and that she feels like this is her opportunity for redemption. And she's made it pretty far in this game so far. So it's like, I feel like, I hope that she has the redemption of herself at this point, because, she's made it pretty far. She's made it farther than a lot of the other vets. So. And we get to the challenge of this week. But before, of course, we get to the challenge,
What
TJ
they
is very
say.
TJ in. It ain't no JT and it ain't no Tyreek this week. It is just a button up shirt. And TJ loves when he has a button up shirt. He loves for us to see the buttons.
He's like, I'm at the end of this, so I'm gonna just be TJ today.
Yeah, right. He like just give me some gel and a button-up shirt, and that was it. So it was very TJ. No, I like when it's Tyreek or JT, but it wasn't any of that this week. And we get to the actual challenge, which is burst your bubble. There is a hot air balloon that is suspended very high up in the air. And there's a long ladder that you have to climb. And then you have to cross the tightrope. You have to walk the tightrope. How do you feel as though you would fare in this challenge, Wendell?
Brice, as you know, I am petrified of heights.
And
But
you have a bad knee.
First of all, my knee is good now.
You're going to need some little more rehab.
Don't try to make me mad.
Not hard, but your knee bad.
I don't got one.
Okay, right.
Well, Brice, first of all, I think I'd pull a Michaela. I think I'd be scared, and I think my fear would propel me.
I think you would have.
I'm a fight or flight guy.
Yeah, and your fear would propel you, but you wouldn't get out the basket. And in the first round, we got Fessel and Cassidy. And shout out to my boy Fessel, because Fessel played no games. Fessel said, I'm going to walk the ladder sideways. Now, I'm not sure what advantage that gives you, but Fessy was going up 6 steps. I said, go head Fessel.
He did that. He was killing it.
No, he absolutely killed it. He smoked it. And it's like, he may not be winning a lot of these individual comps. I know that he has won one, but he is always in the running, always in where it needs to be. Shout out to the second heat, a heat that I could get down with, Corey and Desi. They both did their thing. Nothing really too kind of crazy, but shout out to my man. I feel like he, took this GoPro for me.
He's not even looking at you, Brice.
He's looking directly at me.
No.
So they did all right. Next heat was Josh and Chanel. Now, I had got a little nervous with Chanel for this one, because she was talking very confident in her confessionals leading up. And I'm like, the edit this season loves to play with Chanel. Well, they get her these super confident confessionals, and then it don't play out like that. But I was very happy to see that in the edit, she did her thing. Josh did their thing. It wasn't, anything too crazy, but I mean, they both got up there. They both did it. Josh was a little scared. And Josh was like, if I fall, I'm going home. If I fall, and then mind you, it looked like Josh was about to go over, but he pulled it out.
Whoa.
Or pulled it in.
Whoa. He pulled it through.
He pulled it through.
Whoa. Now, I have a question, Brice. How do you think they got down every time?
So that's what I was thinking. I was like, they probably have to climb back down those ladders.
Bruh.
And if you know anything about a ladder, the climb down is worse.
No. I'd be like, we're taking this hot air balloon down.
You just gonna stay in the basket so everybody's done?
Yeah. I'll be up there like, you did good, Fessel.
You're not you cheerleading the boy.
Come on, come on.
Go ahead, Jesse. Do your thing.
I'd be a producer at that point.
You want me to hold that for you? I got it. I got you for you. And then we get Chris and Tori. Chris smoke it. I mean, just fast. Tori, I mean, again, she did her thing. But we get this confessional from Fessy, and Fessy's like, I mean, Chris ran across the balance beam quick, but He had a little whoopsie. Now, mind you, why on the edit of the show? Because first of all, we watch Chris go up and we watch him go across. Then when we get this confessional of Chris, they rewind it and we see this little moment of Chris. And it's like, I feel like that audio just doesn't match because you heard the, oh, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. I'm like, stop playing with my man like that, okay? He did his thing. Then we have Bananas and Michaela. Uh, Michaela had a little mini breakdown on her way up, but she definitely now Michaela during this is definitely fight or flight, okay? Because Michaela said, okay, she was, but it's funny because it's like you could see in the fact of her running across, she was scared, but she was out. Okay. I feel like if Michaela is running like walking in her neighborhood and like the boogeyman jump out from the bushes, he wouldn't have a chance in hell to get Michaela. Michaela could be out. She was out on that balance beam. I was like, go ahead, Michaela. And then our winners, we got Chris and Michaela. And shout out to my husband via my sister wife. My name is Brice Isaiah Underwood because Underwood has had his back against the wall. He's been under the wood this whole season. Okay. They just been throwing him in, throwing him in. He can't eat his dinner in peace because they constantly started some ish with him. And they said, Nuck if you buck. And Chris said, I'm ready to so
Yeah, we knocking and bucking. We're ready to fight. Ain't nothing nice. Ain't nothing nice. And Cromwell, we ain't been stopping. Osama bin Laden.
Okay, Chris was definitely Diamond from Crime Mob because he was knucking and bucking this whole season. And shout out to Chris for making it to the final on his first time trying. You know, I'm Team Survivor here, so it was a hard season for Chris. I mean, I thought Chris might have been going his first elimination. I thought he was going to be going elimination with Wes. I thought he was going, you know, he got a lot of lives. And so it's excited to see Michaela and Chris making it to the final. And also I love this, like, again, Michaela is going to be Team Survivor, right? But I also love the fact that she is like, I'm so happy that these women that I have been working with, i.e. Chanel and i.e. Desi, that I'm happy that we're going to be running the final together. Now, I'm still going to try to whoop their tail, but I'm like happy that the team, the core that has stuck together has made it. And so I would imagine that that's probably a really great feeling, knowing it's almost like the Tinker 3. Like, it's like you're always stronger together. And if you could vote as a vote block, if you could use your power, if you could use your leverage together, you could really go far.
And what's also good about the three of them is they're strong competitors.
Right.
So you don't have any weaklings amongst them. So it's like, not only are we strong individually, but the three of us are together. Who wants some?
And
sit down or lay down.
The fact that they all happen to be sisters, in my opinion, it's like, okay, we see y'all.
You don't usually see that in the challenge. It's
no, you don't normally see that in any of these competition shows.
Straight up. Yeah, it's a beautiful
so
thing.
I love that. But that was the appetizer, okay? Because after that, the main course is served. And immediately we get Josh and Fessel is immediately feeling like he's saying that it has to be a physical challenge. And with Chris going up, Fessel has shared a room with Chris. Fessel has taken multiple shots at Chris. So Fessel is preparing to go to war. And Fessel at this moment really tells Josh that, like, he know that Corey and I are together and that he doesn't want to hurt my friendship. So he doesn't want
Corey
to
and
target So in this scene that
Yes.
I have up here,
Yes, I saw the scene.
Fessel is explaining to Josh the reasons who he wants. He wants bananas, right? But he doesn't want Corey because Fessel is really good friends with me, and he knows that like me and Corey got a thing going on, and he doesn't want to disrupt my friendship with Fessel, so he doesn't want Corey. Josh is his best friend.
Brice, I didn't hear that part in the episode.
You gotta watch the episode.
I watched the episode.
Well, you ain't watch it good enough. And you know, he says he's got 10 years on bananas, and bananas has run 7 finals or has won 7 times. And it's time to get him out of here. And so Josh is in a peculiar situation, but Fessel is his best friend, and so he's agreeing with Josh.
Yes.
We then, and that was pre-eliminations. We then get to the eliminations
Or the nominations.
the nominations that then lead to the eliminations.
Okay.
And this moment, I kind of like gagged a little, Wendeezy, because I'm like, because you know, this isn't the first time Michaela has been in the nominations, and we know what Michaela wants. And your theory is whenever Michaela is safe, she's never taking shots, or she's always taking shots at Tori. But whenever she's not safe, she like, well, maybe we should switch it up. So I was shocked to learn that the night before, Tori and Michaela had to come to Jesus. Now, it shocked me because we all know what is Michaela?
Survivor strong.
Michaela Survivor strong. And it shocked me. I almost felt the type of way only because like I've just been so down with Michaela being Survivor strong. But in my opinion, this probably was one of the very few times this season that we see Michaela actually do something for her individual self.
Is that what you think?
I mean, she makes this deal with Tori because they didn't know about the hot air balloon. And so essentially she's like, I'm assuming that Tori promised her safety in the nominations. And I would assume that Michaela promised her the same thing. So although that's not a Survivor strong alliance, I am very happy that Michaela and Tori had that conversation.
Yes. So, okay. I think there are other reasons why she didn't nominate a Tori at this stage of the game also.
And why is that? Well, okay.
You know, I listen to all of these pods.
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
Well, that's why I was getting into it.
But you don't have to go around the long way. Well, I think there were other reasons. Well, tell me the other. Well, you know.
Right.
I listen to when you could lead with there are other reasons. I listen to the other podcasts, but okay, let's go around the block and let's lotion your ashy feet while we pod.
No, I'm lotioning my hands. Okay, first of all. Second of all, I was listening to the other podcasts. Some of them had Chanel on, and one thing that she said was, they weren't going to target Tori right now of all times.
Well, when would be the next time to target her?
Anytime before now. May I continue?
I just am not enjoying your storytelling.
Well, that's because you interrupted me halfway through the story.
Because you get to the meat and potatoes.
So essentially,
it was Thursday.
Essentially, it's a
sunny out.
You know what? At this stage in the game, the day before the final, if they were to throw a Tori in, then one of them might go down there against her.
Well,
and despite them all feeling strong, Desi, Michaela, Chanel, despite them all feeling strong, even though Michaela's safe,
she wasn't safe the night before, but
just not taking that risk the day before the final to where one of them might have to go down there and something might happen, despite them feeling strong. We're not even going to take the risk.
I understand it, but I don't understand it because regardless, one of them is going to have to go down there.
but not be forced to go against a Tory.
Okay.
That's it. It's a combination of we're so close, and who knows what this wild card, who's a proven champion and a proven strong competitor, can do down there. Cassidy is proven to win this season in the eliminations, yes, but Tori's a champion. So that's what I think she was explaining.
Okay.
You're welcome for me taking the time to do the research.
I just did research on Corey's AI photos, so I didn't get a thank you.
You created the photos.
Okay. I'm doing
That's
selfless
not
journalism
research.
here. That
You literally went to ChatGPT and said, please create me a photo of Corey in
don't even do that, because listen, we got the follow on Twitter. We ain't get on Instagram yet. I don't want him thinking that I am creating AI images of him. Okay. He don't know me like that. So he would probably believe it.
It's the truth.
But we also see that Chris essentially wants his lick back from Fessel, and y'all might be roommates, but you will have to get down in the sand tonight. And so Michaela and Chris nominate Cassidy and Tori.
No.
And so, I mean, Michaela and Chris nominate Fessel and Cassidy. And would
now is the time to get your lick back if you're Underwood.
Oh, yeah, no, 1,000%.
Like, you were smart in not getting them
But
other time.
I mean,
now is the time.
So I think that, yes, it's the perfect time. But like, did Chris know he was going to win this one right now? Like, so
no, but still, you don't allow another chance for him to throw you in. Even if you didn't know you won, you're not throwing because
Oh, okay. So, but anyway, I understand that. But yeah, if I was Chris, I would have been getting my lick back that first time that I got to power. See you. But you're right. It did kind of like save favor, and maybe it would have stopped Fessel, but we all know that that wouldn't happen because Chris and Fessel have been cool. Fessel been saying he's not going to do it anyway, but Fessel puts himself first, and that's why I like me a Fessel. And which we didn't mention at the individual challenge was TJ announced that it is going to be a double elimination. So Cassidy and Fessel will definitely be in the sand, and immediately Josh and Bananas have a conversation. Bananas is telling Josh that like he doesn't want to go in. It's not that he's scared, but like it's more than likely going to be something physical, and he knows the big boys are out. And just like how Tori, the girls don't want to see Tori, Johnny is a proven winner and a proven veteran at running the final. And if he could just get to the final, he knows he has a great shot. And so he doesn't necessarily want to go against a Fessel.
Yes.
And
we get some classic quotes in this one. From Josh to Bananas, I will vote for myself before I vote for you.
Okay.
I believe Josh swore on somebody, his grandfather.
I might believe his deceased abuelo.
Okay. And finally, Brice, and I'm surprised you didn't call this one out. And he might have stolen this quote from you, Johnny Bananas. Have you ever said this quote before, Brice? And I quote, Bananas. Let me make sure I get my words right.
Okay.
I'm 100% the odds-on favorite to be catching balls tonight.
The answer is yes. The favors are in me tonight as well. So we gonna have to see. So at this moment, I am torn, right? Because Josh and John and Peaches have had a turbulent relationship, but they seem to be on good terms now. Josh and Fessy they just fight, but they've always been good, right? So it is interesting to me. For me, I was a little confused when Josh swore on family members because I was just like, but you're more loyal to Fessy Um, but I also feel like I know people make a big deal when people swear on people's like family like that, but in that moment, like I really feel like Josh meant it.
Yes,
So
he
I
did.
feel like it's not really a take back if you meant it in the moment, is what I'm trying to say. But you
And
know, new information changes and sways. Then what I loved about this episode was child, I guess the night before, everybody must have been having these backdoor conversations because my man Corey in there cooking and Fessy over there, and they basically are saying, "Hey, Tori, and yo, remember that favor that we cashing in on our check."
yeah,
Because now it's like not only do the favors come because now when the numbers get so small, each hopper ball really
means
be
more.
hopping.
Brice, you know what? And this is very interesting to see because people are cashing in on favors, but Josh is creating all of these temporary deals. And I guess now we're seeing, I don't know, it's just it's really interesting to see like how some of them are adhering to these things because they're probably going to see each other again sometime soon.
Mhm.
But in Josh's case, he kind of snaked Wes earlier and he's snaking bananas now. And
Right. But see, here's the thing though, right? Sorry, hold on, wait.
what
Got
are you
I
doing?
gotta wrap my head up because sorry.
Uh-oh.
Uh my thing is like, yeah, Josh makes these arrangements, but they're always not in the best favor of him. And so I think, but I mean, but then I don't know. It's hard to get to that because then, sorry, do I look like I'm ready for bed?
Does he just tell people what he wants to hear? What they want to hear?
I, but see, I'll answer that in a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because then Josh went to Fessy. And baby, Fessy was giving me black grandmom after a long day of work. And she had got her hair done earlier in the week because Fessel had his hair laid and he was ready to be up in that bed. Okay, Fessel had his bonnet on and was ready to go to sleep. So I
What
put my
is
wig
that?
cap. I don't even know what it was, but it looked amazing.
It looked amazing. It looks like it almost looks like a Canadian flag, but with some tassels on it.
It was, he had to lay his hair down. Sometimes you gotta lay your hair down
Is
and
that a pineapple?
I don't know what it is, but it looks amazing. Here's the thing, right? What have we been saying about Josh was his best asset this whole season?
His political game.
Right. And so in these type of situations, yes, it's great to have a lot of these allies and different relationships, but the issue is that when you don't snipe any of these people out and all of the people that are left are people that you have relationships with, there is going to come a time that you have to choose a side. And prior to this point, Josh had been moving and shaking amazing because there was enough people. My only criticism of Josh is that all of the people are here now. And now everybody is saying, hey, what's up? And Fessy and Josh is like, I don't know. And so here's the one thing that I love about Fessy, right? I mean, it's a lot of things I like about Fessy. But in this moment, Josh is crying. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And Fessy's like, Bish, it's simple. If you rocking with me, you're not like, you know what to do. And if not, then you fund, like, like it's very simple. And it's like, but I feel Josh, right? Like I feel Josh. I'm gonna start some Ish Martinez because I feel like He has done everything right. He has maneuvered himself. He has positioned himself, and now he has to make a decision. The issue that I think Josh is having, and this is just me internally, right? Because watching this episode, I got a little emotional watching Josh, right? When he was talking about his family, when like we're hearing about prior to all of this, when Fessy was in the confessional saying how proud of Josh that he is, how like he's seen Josh kill it. He's motivating Josh. Prior to this, he's telling Josh if it's a hall brawl, you gonna have on shoulder pads. Like he, like, you know, he is really like uplifting Josh. And I think that my interpretation, which makes me kind of sort of relate to Josh a little bit, is that like I feel like Josh has been doing all of this work and he can't recognize how great he has been, right? And so like because he can't recognize that, he doesn't recognize that like now is the time that despite your word, despite your friendships, you actually have to say, you know what, I'm picking me. Hey, bananas, my best shot, and I know you're going to be mad, but I'm doing this, right? Like, but because I don't feel like he sees himself as the powerhouse that he has really transformed into, he is relying on a lot of like of the people that held him down. Unfortunately, sometimes what did Joe Budden say to Drake? Fathering time comes.
He said, "Father time is undefeated."
Is undefeated. And but I mean, I guess it don't really apply to what I'm saying, but sometimes it's like, or
Well, you can say that to Johnny Bananas. Fessy wants to see him in there.
well, yeah, and Johnny doesn't want to see him.
Right.
But and again, it's like, where do you throw your favor? Bananas has been helping and supporting you, but again, when there are new rappers coming up, little something, and big Tanya is the big rapper that's bringing Little Red up, there comes sometimes a point that Lil Big Red isn't really that hot anymore, and Lil Tanya is the new thing. And I think that like, not to say that to compare Bananas to Josh, but I'm saying that like I feel like this is now the point where like Josh, you about to make it to the final. Like you have to bet on yourself.
Here's what I'll say, Brice, to that. We've watched Josh play however many seasons, and we've watched his game evolve and evolve and evolve. And every season he gets better, whether it's better politically, whether it's he comes in there in tip-top shape. Every season he improves. And that, to me, what that shows is you learn something every season. And I think this is another learning season for him. I think he's learning, yes, you're great politically, but like you said, Brice, there will be a certain time when you have to put you first. And now I think he's learning, when I have to make that tough decision, I'm gonna have to look Bananas in the eye and keep it. I'm gonna have to make this decision and then look someone in the eye and keep it funky with them instead of throwing promises every which way. This is hard for Josh right now. It's gonna make Josh a better player next season.
Right. And so one of the things, again, Fessy essentially is like, I don't really want to see Corey in the hall brawl. Corey about 230. Juicy.
No,
God's gift to Brice.
he didn't say any of that.
Muscular.
He didn't say any of that.
Attractive.
He didn't say that.
Sensual.
He just said he was the same size as him.
Maybe a little bigger.
He didn't say that.
Right.
Brice,
He ain't trying to see him. But and this is where, again, if I were in the house, I would say, well,
send me in.
Send me in. Send me in the hall brawl. I don't need no
no pillow.
I don't need no pillow. Come right at me. No, I didn't know that was going to sound that crazy. And then, child. So after Josh, then went to Bananas. Then he went to Fessy. Then he's in a room getting consoled by Tori. And Tori is giving him great advice. But then also she's like, but you shouldn't be mad because I'm voting for you, actually. Then Banana comes in, and Bananas is like, Josh, shut up.
He's like, enough.
Right.
You've been crying all episode.
And then that's when Tori's like, well, what are you apologizing to Josh for? And then Tori tells Bananas, like, well, because I vote for Josh. And then Bananas is like, well, why are you doing that?
Yep.
He's like, y'all don't like y'all. But again, but see, it's crazy, right? Because Tori has lasted this long in the game, not because she's a physical threat, but because she had to make promises and but what I find so crazy though is that Tori is voting for Josh on the strength of Corey. But then it's like, because again, she told them, like, I can't do it for Bananas, but I do it for Corey, or I put it for Josh. But then it's like, but in that same logic, because if you also hear, because this favor was for Josh and Fessy, right?
Yes.
But in that same logic, where Fessel is saying, I don't want to go against Corey, Josh is my dog and it's Bananas. But clearly in that deal with Tori, they was like, well, just throw his name there. Like, like, again, like, but that's the thing with Fessel, like, he understands it, like, Josh, you my guy, and I want you, and that's why I'm telling you to put Bananas' name down, because I'm trying to protect you. But if you don't want to get protected, then
you might be in harm's way.
you might be, in harm's way. So we get to the elimination, and we see the hall brawl. Boom, boom, boom. And TJ is back again. Okay, we haven't had a we haven't had a TJ episode, a back-to-back TJ episode in a very long time. Now, this, in my opinion, is classic TJ. A bomber jacket, a shirt, and gelled back.
Yes, it is.
And we are going in for the hall brawl. Now, before we get all of the people in, and we pull from the hopper, we do learn that this is a different type of hall brawl.
Yes.
So one, well, go ahead, tell us what the different type of hall brawl is.
It's a pillow fight.
It's not a pillow fight. It's just
turn the hall brawl into a pillow fight.
It's the first. Well, I also think because of, shout out to our guy, meow meow, Leo, and because he got hurt in the last hall brawl, and that meow meow was because he loves his cat. But so now for the hall brawl, it is the first contact. You have a
football pad,
a sofa couch, cushion, and then it's like, so then you just have to get past the person and do a puzzle. Now
they need to workshop this.
Yeah, because what I loved about the hall brawl was, like, it was multiple poundings.
Whoa.
And so at this point, it's, you just get by the person and do a puzzle. Again, my whole thing of that is, well, okay, fine. We'll have the first collision, and then I'm just going to crawl past you. Like, what is the incentive in the pounding this point?
Whoa. Well, one might argue, if, for example, if it was Fessel against Bananas, and Fessel runs in there and obliterates Bananas in the hall, to where Bananas is, like, on the ground crawling to his puzzle,
then he'll get up and run to the puzzle.
I said obliterates.
But I feel like in the hall brawl, if you don't want to get obliterated, you won't get. If you're running at me, I'm gonna slow the pace.
You're gonna what?
If you're running full speed at me, more physics says force
what?
Plus force equals boom. But if you are coming with this force and coming at me and I'm backing up, the boom won't be that big.
Wait a minute. So you're gonna back up.
I'm just saying, I'm going
So he's
slow
gonna get
walk it.
more of a run up and destroy you.
No, no.
Destroy you before
You
you
are
even hit
more
the ball.
likely to get hurt if you meet the force with the force,
False. False.
or you just duck down. Because here's my thing, right? Like the point of the hall brawl was to get to the other end and the first person out. So there was more of a point to battle, to
Right.
grab, to
Right.
like take down the person. And so, like, when we see it in the episode, in my mind, I'm like, what's the point of that?
Just because you're gonna get to this puzzle, which what's the point of a puzzle if it turns to you just playing a guessing game?
Well,
8,
wait.
9,
Well, we're gonna
10,
get to that
11,
because I
12.
ain't mad. So, all right, let's get into it because wait, because I got something to say about that. So we get Michaela and Chris. You see how they kind of sort of coordinated. Like, so and this, I feel like it's Chris has to be the problem. Because last week it was him and Desi, and they weren't really on the mark like how the other people all season have been. And now this week I see the subtleness in it, but I'm feeling like Chris might be the problem here. I feel like Chris, like, these are the only two things I got. Can y'all make it work? Because I feel like Corey and them came out all white, bananas, what he had on all leather. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this ain't matching. But you know, I love my husband and I love Michaela.
I like Michaela's fit there.
Yeah, but I see what they try to do, but it don't look as it doesn't look as coordinated as the other ones. And so
Right.
we get to see Tori got 2, Desi got 1, Chanel got 5,
Mhm.
Corey got 1. Who do you think put a vote on Corey?
Bananas. Bananas.
Okay. And then Josh got 2. I wonder who the second vote for Josh was.
That's crazy how Bananas had 5 in and Corey had, I'm sorry, Josh had 2 and they pulled Josh's.
And another thing that they love to say was a lot of the girls were saying that they were voting for Chanel to go in because she has never been down in the sand. How many times was Corey in the elimination this season?
How many? None? Did you put in calls for him?
I put the word out.
He better thank you.
Oh, he could thank me with a follow. And so it comes down to Chanel and Cassidy. In this, Chanel is excited for the hall brawl, but then she is not excited when she sees that it's a puzzle. Cassidy is just like, hello, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? Meaning, like, she's just clocking back into work at this point, right? Like, she's like, at this point, I'm here every day. Let's go. And so Chanel and Cassidy go at it. And again, they like do a big boom. They kind of like hold on to each other for a little bit and then they make it out. And Chanel gives a guess. Cassidy gives a guess. Chanel gives a guess. Cassidy gives a guess. And then ultimately Chanel wins the hall brawl. Congratulations to Chanel, her first time in. First time coming out, and now she's making it to the final. We get to Josh gets called down, which is kind of crazy. His best friend and Bananas calls it instant karma. Yeah, I think
It's crazy to see the sigh of relief on Bananas. I think he almost falls out because the odds were so in his favor to go down there. Wow.
And the hoppity hopped on to Josh. And I think I felt like as much as like the vulnerable Josh that we saw throughout this episode, being crying and like all of that stuff, I think that he really I was surprised to see the Josh that we saw show up. And I really felt like this, honestly, for how bad Josh had felt about the decision that he had to make, was one, like even questioning like of going with Fessy and then lying to Bananas. I honestly feel like Josh may have felt a sense of relief of his name getting called because I feel like it washes the slate.
I think you're right. I think he felt better that his name was called because of all that he did. I don't think he has a clean slate with Bananas. I think Bananas is going to remember it. But yeah, I think he was all cried out the episode. You didn't see a tear from him down there. He was ready to compete.
All cried out. I pray for someone like you. And
And
I
thank
thank
God
God that I
that
finally
I found you. Oh,
Oh.
my life.
So I think I might be switching up the songs. I think the All My Life is what I thought was I'm all cried out, but
Yeah. But what's that, Drew Hill?
I
I
think
pray
so.
for someone
Oh, like
like you,
you
and I hope that you feel
feel the
the same.
same way.
Ooh, might be
Ooh.
Voice of Man. Yes, I pray that you do love me.
Mhm. But one of them songs or one of them groups got a song like I'm all cried out. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. We get to the hall brawl. And I mean, I don't know, right? Because I watched it a couple of times, and somebody in the confessionals was saying that, like, Fessy hit Josh real hard. But I mean, from what I saw, I was like, okay, Josh, I'ma stand my ground, Martinez.
Josh is not a little dude. He's a big dude, and he's shorter than Fess, but wider than Fess.
Oh.
And Fess is a strong dude, but yeah, I was impressed by Josh standing his ground there for sure.
Now,
And he's been waiting on something like this. He
right.
wants a headbanger.
Oh.
Whoa.
So, two things here, right? Well, I'm sure he does. I'm sure it's not against the person that he wanted it to be. Do you think Fessy lightened his impact with him?
No. Nope. No.
Okay.
I don't think Fess can turn it on and turn it off.
Oh.
I think
I
Fess
mean,
is a competitor.
for me, it's just on, but
Leave that man alone. Fess is a competitor. You put them pads on, he's running through somebody. So
oh.
pause.
So,
So
but what? So you're saying when he puts the pads on, he's running through somebody.
yes.
What is he doing in the water?
He got his legs crossed.
He
He's
chilling. He giving very much dad. He giving like he is definitely giving dad of 3 kids. They running around.
Fess learned his lesson too over the years. He just stays quiet and sits back.
He
And then
stays
when
quiet, sits back. But the thing that I love about Fessel is that like he say his piece. It ain't really too much of this. Like it's like he say his piece and then
and
keep
then
it
you gonna
moving.
see me if you gotta see me.
Then if he votes your name down, if he writes your name down and you in the kitchen getting a plate, he gonna be like, my bad, Chris. But you're not really sorry. Like, right. Like, I like the older, more mature Fessy. Like, I like the, I did enjoy this season of a Fessel. So anyway, back to this collision. I didn't mean to get there yet. So boom. And here's another thing, right? I feel like Fessy reminds me a lot of a bananas, aka a peaches, right? Because the name of the game with that puzzle was how many squares do you see in a square? Now, when Chanel said her Survivor season, they did that for the Sweat or Savvy challenge. Did you see the image?
Yeah, triangles.
And their numbers were like 94, 93. And when you could saw that image compared to the image down at the challenge, it's very clear the bar was a little lower. And I'm not mad at that. And I am glad that I'm surprised that Chanel or Cassidy didn't take this method because the rule is if you get it wrong, you got to go back to the puzzle and then come back. So after Fessy said, after they squabbled through, he said 6, touched it, came back. He said 7, touched it. Josh came back. Josh said 9, touched it, came back. He said 8. Brr! I ain't mad at that, right? Like, I was like, in my mind, that was like Bananas throwing the challenge on the 4x4 bus. Like, it's like that's the challenge rule book, or that's like a savvy challenger.
It's
You
a
said-
hack. It's a
Yeah.
hack.
And listen, I'm all for all of the hacks. If Fessel wins and he sends his best friend Josh home, hate to see it, but yeah, I mean, didn't want to see Josh. I was excited to see Josh run his first final, but Fessy had to get the work done, and they went home, and now we know the final is going to start tomorrow, or the next day after. It's a 2-day final. And I'm just happy my Survivor people is there. My mans in them is 3 of my mans, and my girl Desi is there. So
How many mans do you have?
I mean, I got Corey, I got Chris, and I got Fessel. So my odds, and clearly those are one of the 3 people that I am rooting for, and I am like Michaela, I'm Survivor strong.
Are you rooting for everybody left?
No, I'm not. I've narrowed it down. I am definitely rooting for Michaela and Desi, period. And I'm rooting for Corey, Chris, or Fessy.
Or Bananas. Might as well throw Bananas in there too.
No, I'm not throwing Peaches in there. But it looks like somebody's emergency evacs. It looked like Corey might have been throwing up. It looks like a lot. I don't know how I feel about these 2-day challenges, though.
How would you do?
I mean, I think I would hold my own.
You know how I think you would do?
How?
I think you'd do good in the 2-day
Yeah,
challenges. You're tough. You got
I
it
don't
in.
give up, right?
Yeah.
Like that's one thing about me that like hee ha ha I be playing around, but I don't give up. Like you give me a task, it might be hard. Pause. But I'ma do it. So
the only thing that would take you out is you getting in your own head.
no, the only thing would take me out is a spelling or a hard behind puzzle. Now that would take me out, okay? Because no, you know how I get when my mind, when my adrenaline is running or when I get nervous, like the words scramble before me. And for me, when I try to calm myself down, I think I see something and then I say it and it's like not even there. But like that's really what my issue is. But if I could
All right, Brice. Brice, do that again. How do you spell purple backwards? 5, 4.
see now my
3,
P.
2,
I mean E
1.
L P R U P.
All right, I got another one. Ready?
I don't want to play this game.
Take your deep breath.
I'm not playing this game.
Center yourself.
No, I'm not want to play. No.
Center yourself.
Mm-mm.
Take a deep breath.
Mm-mm.
How do you spell podcast backwards? Go. 10, 9,
T S
7,
A
6,
C
5.
D O P.
You got a cheat sheet right behind you.
Oh! You see what I mean? Like I had to but then I was like, wait, is it podcast with the S? Yeah, I don't be good at stuff like that. I just be getting nervous.
Yes.
Then was like when I was younger, my aunt, they used to love to play Scrabble. And I used to I know my weaknesses and my strength. I never want to play Scrabble and always be my older cousins. And my aunt was like, come down here and play with them. Now, mind you, I'm in 3rd grade. They're in 7th. And I'm just traumatized because I couldn't get a word on the board. But
well, Brice, the Eagles are on.
The Eagles are on. You know what I'm trying to do?
I'm trying to watch the Eagles game.
I'm trying to run me a bath. Okay, that's me in 3.2 seconds. Okay. Fessel got the right idea.
You had to find a way to put Fessel in the tub back on the screen.
How?
Goodbye, Brice.
It's not goodbye.
I'll see you guys in DC. Get Corey off. He's not looking at you.
I feel like every podcast ends with you saying, "Get Corey off my screen." I don't know. Like, I'm starting to think you got a
What?
problem.
What? Get him.
All right, we're out. We'll be back next week for the final episode of the challenge. Break but down. It's Brice and Wendell with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Brice and Wendell with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Brice and Wendell with the challenge.
Break down.